So this is random. Let's see. We should probably notify everybody in the Discord, especially now because it's rare I do 2 streams a day, much less at 11:30 p.m. So should probably let the Discord know so you guys are seeing something new that you haven't seen before, and that's just a Hangout stream. That's where I'm too lazy to get on cam, but I also just want to hang out with the chat and do a quick live stream. Chill, relax, talk a little bit. So that's what you're seeing right now. Let me see if I can get the comments pulled up. 11:30 p.m. Okay, there we go. All right, we got comments pulled up. Very random stream. It's been a while since I've done a night stream, so this feels weird after so long. Let's see here. I get that pulled up right there. Will and face paint. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've done a night stream. So I don't know. I got curious. Maybe we'll see some faces in here due to the time zones and stuff that we normally don't get to see when we do our earlier streams. What's up, Amanda? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome to the stream, everybody. So, um, Hangout streams are exactly what they sound like. We are hanging out, we are chatting. You probably won't see my face because I'm being lazy and I am literally just hanging out and chatting with the stream. Although we are going to go over, topics during these little hangout streams. Today's topic, not fighting any of it. We're going to put that very, very straight, very blunt, and very straightforward on that one. And we're just going to go over the basics really quick. I was going to say interesting stream time. Yeah, so I don't know. My thinking was it's cool to be able to chat with people that we don't normally get to see due to time zones and stuff. So if I do these like late night streams or whatever, I'll call them a hangout stream. I'll be lazy. And yeah, we'll just hang out and chat. Jess, what is up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Let's see here. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not used to streaming at this time. We stopped doing night streams a while ago. But hey, I've got nothing better to do and I'm in a streaming mood, so why not? Here we are. Why not, right? How's everybody in chat doing? Excalibur, what's up, dude? I knew we'd see some faces we don't get to see too often. I don't know. Time zones are weird, man. Yep, I'm usually living life in morning daytime. Yeah, so I don't know. I thought it would be cool maybe if we started to do more streams at night and the day. I'm not promising 2 streams a day, but I am saying that I might start trying to do more streams around this time later in the day. We'll see how it goes. 10 a.m. in India. Like I said, man, time zones are weird. Lewis, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. So, we're not gonna treat this like a normal stream, guys. If you see Hangout, right? If you see Hangout stream in the title, it means we're just chilling. We're not gonna worry about face cam. We're not gonna worry about any of that stuff. We're literally just gonna hang out, maybe discuss a few things, stuff like that. So, but we're not gonna treat it like a normal stream. So we're not gonna sit around and wait for people to get in here and all that good stuff. We're just gonna jump right into it. What's up, Wonderlust? What's up, Holds? It's good to see you, dude. I got my bestie into all your videos. It's really helping her. That is awesome. It's really surprising what doing the opposite of fighting will do for somebody because it seems so natural. And I guess we're just going to jump into this. It seems so natural to want to fight your feelings and thoughts. After all, they seem like the culprit behind why you feel like crap. Right? So it only feels natural, like human instinct, to want to fight your thoughts and feelings. But the entire problem with that is the more you fight your thoughts and feelings, the stronger they become, and the more the brain releases your protection mechanism, which is anxiety. So if you're fighting your thoughts, if you're fighting your feelings, it doesn't matter which one you're fighting, or if you're fighting both, you're going to get the brain saying, hey, they need more protection. And what is protection to the brain? Protection to the brain is anxiety. That's what it's there for. So, that's where people get all confused, and that's where people get all worked up, and that's where people end up in the sensitized boat, but it's so easily reversed. Now, The thing is consistency, right? The thing is consistency in taking that quote unquote leap of faith, because we've talked about this for the past few days. It really does kind of feel like a leap of faith, because after all, we're telling people to not fight their thoughts that are so negative and to not fight their feelings that are so strong. So to some people, that really does feel like a leap of faith. But it boils down to this, and I posted this on the Facebook page, I believe. Let me actually pull that up because I want to quote that word for word because it was good. It was good. It all boils down to this. So let's see exactly what I said. I want to read it word for word. All right. So what I said exactly on the Facebook page 4 hours ago is we fight to feel better when we're anxious, right? But the more we fight the feelings and thoughts, the more the brain will continue to pump protection chemicals, aka anxiety symptoms, right? So we fight to feel better, which is understandable because you don't feel the greatest right now. But the more you fight, the more the brain will continue to pump protection chemicals, aka anxiety. So the more you fight your thoughts and feelings, it doesn't matter which you're fighting, or for most people, you're fighting both. The brain sees this fight. It doesn't know what you're fighting. For all it knows, you're fighting against a deadly tiger, right? So if you're fighting your thoughts and feelings, you might as well be fighting against a deadly tiger, as far as the brain is concerned. So it doesn't know any better, and it's going to continue to try to protect you. It doesn't really know any better, and doesn't really care what you're trying to fight. It doesn't know you're trying to fight your thoughts and feelings. It just knows you're fighting in general, right? When you live this way. So the brain is going to continue to try to protect you because that's what a brain does. So you have to face the facts. The more you fight these thoughts and feelings, the more the brain wants to jump in and protect you. Bada bing, bada boom, point blank. This is how it works. So when asking people to do the opposite and not fight their thoughts and feelings, it kind of feels like a leap of faith at first because they think they've been protecting themselves for so long. But protecting yourself is only causing the brain to want to protect you more and keeping you in this stressed out nervous system. Right, guys? And that is why the key is to not fight these thoughts and feelings. Let them say whatever they want to say. Let them say whatever they want to say. Keep in mind, PJ, you don't want to try to force the thoughts out. So when we tell you to leave them alone and we tell you just to let them be, you're not trying to shut them down. You're just reminding yourself to let them be. So the mind can say whatever the mind wants to say and the body can do whatever the body wants to do, but you're no longer fighting any of it. Right? Sometimes the thoughts will scream at you, that's fine, let it happen. Sometimes the feelings will scream at you too, that's fine, let it happen. Just say, sure, okay, all right, whatever you want to say. Don't try to shut it down. Don't try to fight it because a fight is a fight, right? A fight is a fight. A fight is a fight. No, that was the point of the stream. I mean, this is just a hangout stream, so we're not treating it really like, I don't know what you would call it, a regular stream. Like, there's no face cam or anything like that. We're literally just hanging out. So, I mean, we discussed whatever's in the title, not fighting any of it, which is what we just talked about. So, anytime you fight your thoughts and feelings, it doesn't matter if you're fighting a thought, it doesn't matter if you're fighting a feeling. If you're fighting in some way, shape, or form, trying to shut it down or run from it or whatever, right, then this is still a fight and the brain's going to continue to try to protect you. So, for example, if I have a thought that says I might go crazy, my best approach is to say, you know what, okay, so be it, or whatever, or all right, or you get what I'm saying. So you allow it to say whatever it wants to say. You're not trying to shut it down. That's a very stressful thing to attempt to do. You're not really facing anything when you do that. It's just a reminder to yourself to not fight, right? It's a reminder to yourself to not fight. So some people get mixed up and think, oh, well, he says leave it alone. That means we should try to force it out. No, that literally means leave it alone. Don't try to do anything with it. Let it say whatever it wants to say. Don't try to force it out. Don't try to speak over it. Don't try to talk over it. Don't try to force it out of your head because this is a fight. If you're fighting in any way, shape, or form, that's still a fight, and your brain's going to still continue to think that there is a real danger. So you get what we're saying. You don't want to fight in any way, shape, or form. You don't want to try to shut them down. You don't want to try to run from them. You just want to remind yourself, whatever, let it happen. Let the feelings and thoughts happen. Let them happen. So if I get a thought that says I might go crazy, there's a few ways I could approach that. I could simply say, whatever. I could say, sure, okay, yeah, I guess I'll let it happen. Right? I'm no longer fighting. I'm just giving a cue to myself to not fight. I'm just reminding myself, sure, okay, say what you want to say. All right, I'm not running from you anymore. Say what you want to say. And what happens is you rewire your brain. You drop the fight, you show the brain that you're not fighting, and the brain will stop trying to protect you. But as long as you're trying to fight your thoughts and feelings, the brain's going to try to protect you, right? Because that's what a brain's designed to do. It's only trying to help you, right? It's a little out of whack, sure, and it's not being very helpful, but it doesn't know that. It's doing what it thinks is helpful. It's seeing that you're fighting something. It doesn't know what you're fighting, and it doesn't care what you're fighting, okay? It doesn't care. It just wants to help you or wants to protect you. So if you're fighting your thoughts or feelings, or if you're fighting both of them, which is the case for a lot of people, then the brain is going to continue to assume that you're in danger. So thoughts come, yeah, sure, whatever. You can be there. You can say whatever you want to say. Sure, I'm not going to try to force positivity over top of you. I'm not going to try to shut you down and force you out. I don't care. Whatever. Whatever. Because it comes down to that, you know. It comes down to what I put on Facebook. We fight to feel better when we're anxious, but the more we fight the feelings and thoughts, the more the brain will continue to pump protection chemicals, aka anxiety. A fight is the fight to a brain. A fight is a fight to a brain. It doesn't care what you're fighting, right? It just sees that you're fighting something and it assumes, oh, do you need help, bud? Do you need help, buddy? Here, have some anxiety. Let me help you out with this fight that you're so involved in. Let me help with this fight that you're taking so seriously. Let me help with this fight. Here, have some anxiety. This might help with your fight. Ironically enough, you're fighting it. It doesn't know that. It doesn't know that, and it will never know that. So that's the problem. That is the absolute problem right there. So we have to stop fighting thoughts and feelings altogether because the brain doesn't know what we're fighting. It's just going to continue to go, hey, you need help with that fight, buddy? Here's some more anxiety. It doesn't know, man. It doesn't know. It doesn't know any better. I mean, it's trying its best. It's doing its best. It's doing its job, but shit, it doesn't know. Oh shit, why did our internet drop? Are we good? Why did our internet drop there for a second? Are we good? Stream still good, guys? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me? Man, I don't know what the deal with that is. we had some like we had a breaker kick earlier. The breaker that of course has to go to my room and the hallway bathroom. It's linked to a few things, but of course it had to be the one that goes to my room. Um, and basically, I don't know, my fucking Ethernet cord's being weird ever since. I might have to change the port or something. It says I was disconnected for a second. You guys can hear me? Cool. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. It probably has something to do with that breaker from earlier. Might have to change the Ethernet port around. All good. Okay. What's up, Dwayne? How you doing, man? How you doing? So basically, guys, I mean, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I want you guys to take this quote that I'm about to drop in the chat. I want you to take it. I want you to write it down somewhere, or copy and paste it, or screenshot it, whatever you've got to do. And I want you to live by that, because that is the truth right there. We fight to feel better when we're anxious, but the more we fight the feelings and thoughts, the more the brain will continue to pump protection chemicals, aka anxiety symptoms. So it's a very ironic cycle in that way. You fight to feel better, but the more you fight the thoughts and feelings, the more the brain wants to protect you. Point blank. I mean, really, we could end the stream right here. There's really nothing more to talk about. There's really nothing more to talk about. If you can wrap your mind around what I just put in chat, then that's it. That's it, right there. The reason we do so many streams as videos is try to drive the point home, right? For all of our newcomers as they come and go. But if you got what I put in the chat right there, that is it. I almost just bit the fuck out of my tongue. What the hell? If you got what we put in chat right there, that's really it right there. What's up, Blake? How you doing, man? Welcome to our little hangout stream. How are you doing? No exceptions to what we want to fight, any thought or feeling. Yep, no exceptions. Because the fight's not going to get you anywhere. Some people might try to use the whole cop out, which I tried to use before. Yeah, but these are so important. The mind loves to use that one. Yeah, but these are so important. Understand this. I don't care what kind of thought you're fighting. It's not going to help. You're just going to keep yourself in a stressed out nervous system. You're just going to be asking for more protection from your brain, aka anxiety. How is that going to help you? Right? So you can't even use that cop out. You can't even use that cop out anymore. So really, really, you are the truth. You deserve everything. Hey man, I appreciate that, Dwayne. I really do, brother. I appreciate it. I know how it feels to be bluffed by thoughts. Oh, but it's so important. It's so important. It's so important. But the more you fight, the more protection you get from the brain, aka anxiety. You did absolutely nothing. You accomplished nothing but putting yourself in a more sensitized nervous system. Comes down to not adding second fear, yeah. That you have to use positive behaviors and learn to see your symptoms in a new light. These are all just ways to get you to the point of not fighting. You have to understand this. So if we say not adding second fear, if we say not, living your life, continue living your life, these are all just ways to try to get you to stop fucking fighting. Right? There's not a perfect formula that you need to focus on. The two main keys are not to fight with your thoughts, not to fight with your feelings, just accept your feelings, live your life. This is all just a way to try to convince you to stop fighting with your thoughts and feelings, right? You get what we're saying? So I see what you're saying, but don't overcomplicate it. You don't have to have some perfect formula. This is all about not fighting. Whether you get on, you get on with your day, you leave your thoughts alone. This is not fighting, right? Right? So thoughts come, stop fighting with them. Feelings come, stop fighting with them. Just live your life. And that is the advice right there. Your mind might try to overcomplicate this, which obviously it will. I get it. But do not allow that to happen. This all comes down to not fighting so that your brain will stop thinking that you're in trouble, so that your brain will stop thinking that you're in danger, right? So if you want me to put it even simpler for you, stop fighting your thoughts and feelings. Let them come and let them hit as hard as they fucking want to. Right? But stop fighting because the fight is tricking your brain into thinking that there's a real danger where there's not. Whether we call it positive behaviors and just living your life and wearing a smile more often and leaving your thoughts alone, or whether we call it not adding second fear, if you want to drop all those terms, feel free to drop all those terms. As long as you live by not fighting with your thoughts and feelings, just get on with your life. We say use positive behaviors, but what does use positive behaviors mean? Using positive behaviors simply means not fighting with your thoughts and not fighting with your feelings and just going on about your day, doing things that you enjoy doing, right? And this is showing the brain that there's no real danger because you're no longer fighting with your thoughts and feelings. You're too busy just living your life, right? So, I know we get into specifics sometimes and we say positive behaviors and we say this and we say that. But it all comes down to not fighting your thoughts and feelings. So think of it this way: if you were using positive behaviors and you were retraining your brain, what would that equal? That would equal not fighting with your thoughts and feelings and just living your life, right? So don't allow your mind to overcomplicate this thing, right? Don't fight with your thoughts. Don't fight with your feelings. Just live your life. That's another simple way that we can put that. So I hope that makes sense. These are, seeing your symptoms in a new light. These are all just little ways that we retrain the brain and that we ultimately get to our end goal. What is our end goal? To stop fighting with our thoughts and feelings. To stop fighting with our thoughts and feelings. To stop fighting. Now, to the guy down the street, seeing his symptoms in a new light might help him to stop fighting with his thoughts and feelings. To the other guy on the other end of the street, just living his life might help him to stop fighting with his thoughts and feelings, right? So you see why we put it in so many different ways. You see why we put it in so many different ways. But the ultimate goal at the end of the day will always be acceptance, right? Acceptance, not fighting with your thoughts and feelings. Because a fight, right? A fight is always going to tell the brain that there's a real danger where there's not, that there's a real danger with when there's not. Let those thoughts come. Let them say what they want to say. Let those feelings come. Let them do what they want to do. But you have to stop fighting them. You have to stop fighting them. Not adding second fear, that's the same thing as saying stop fighting, right? Living your life, positive behaviors, that's also not fighting. Do you see what we're getting at? So I know we put it a lot of different ways, and that's so that we can try to speak to as many different people as possible. But it all comes down to stop fighting, man. Acceptance. acceptance, whether you want to call it not adding second fear, whether you want to call it positive behaviors and living your life, showing the brain there's no real danger. These are all just different little forms of not fighting. These are all just little different forms of not fighting. You see what we're getting at? So, if you're in a very sensitized place right now and you don't want to look into all the little specific ways that we can word this, simply live by stop fighting the thoughts and feelings. There you go. Simply live by that. Thank you for that question, though. That was excellent. I love little questions like that that give me a chance to rant a little bit. I love it. Thank you for that. Everything we do here on the channel are all just little ways to try to get you to stop fighting your thoughts and feelings, to try to get you to stop fighting. But, no matter what you do, once you get to that place of not fighting your thoughts and feelings, your brain will finally understand that you're not in real danger. And this takes time, but it is doable. Yeah, it takes practice, David. It takes practice. I mean, if you think about it, you're in the habit of fighting for so long. Of course, it takes practice to break that habit. I'll have to catch the rest of the stream later. Much love. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, Hold. You're probably not even here by now, but I appreciate it. What's up, Alexander? What's up? Yeah, I don't want anyone to get too confused. I know we use a lot of different terms here, but it really comes back to acceptance. Not fighting. Whether you want to call that not adding second fear, whether you want to call that just seeing things in a new light, whether you want to call that positive accepting behaviors. Because if you're using positive accepting behaviors and just living your life, that's not fighting, right? So no matter what you want to call it, it all comes down to not fighting. Not fighting, the two main keys. It always comes down to the two main keys. Always, always, always comes down to the two main keys. Leave your thoughts alone. Let them say whatever they want to say. Embrace them and stop fighting with them and just let them scream if they want to scream and just say, yeah, sure, okay, buddy. And let your feelings do what they want to do, but stop fighting. Stop fighting. Mind has already said, what's in the tea? I don't know, man. It's different for everybody, right? And that's why we try to put it so many different ways because it really is different for everyone. You know, since I've been doing this, I've had people that I've said, okay, stop adding second fear, and I teach them about second fear, and they just run with that, okay, and it clicks. They get it. Stop trying to fight my thoughts and feelings. They get it, right? And then I've got people who don't so much hang on to the term second fear, but they prefer when I say, um, change the way you look at this. And that helps them stop fighting, right? And then I've got people who I say, okay, just live your life, man. Just let it all go, live your life, let it all be. And then that clicks with them, right? And that's why we put it so many different ways because so many different things click with so many different people. So I try to cover all bases. But honestly, dude, if you want me to put it as simple as possible, acceptance. Stop fighting with your thoughts and feelings because the more you fight with the thoughts and the more you fight with the feelings, the more the brain considers you to be in danger, the more it tries to protect you with anxiety. And that's what it comes down to. All right, Wonder Bro, gonna go watch some Parks and Recreation. Have fun, dude. I appreciate it. Appreciate you joining and watching for the time that you did. Have fun. But I want to know your thoughts. Hold on. I want to know your thoughts about helping my depressed sister. Okay, so I mean, with depression and anxiety, I personally treat them both the same way, right? It's ultimately up to the individual if you want to listen to me or not. But my personal opinion with anxiety and depression, I don't like to label it. That's kind of my first thing. I don't like to label if I'm feeling quote unquote depressed because I feel like if you label depression, it really puts you in this box. It puts you in this imaginary box and now you feel even more defeated. So, if I'm feeling a certain way, whether it be anxious or depressed, I simply don't fight with any of it. And some people might say, "Well, then you're just going to get overtaken by it." But here's the thing. People fight their thoughts and feelings their whole life and they just end up so stressed and miserable because the more you fight your thoughts and feelings, the more the brain thinks you're in trouble. So a fight never does anything for you, ever. And that's why it's so disheartening when people are like, I'm fighting, I'm fighting, I'm fighting, I'm not getting better, I'm fighting, I'm fighting, I'm fighting. And you just want to say, calm down, relax, take a step back. Don't fight any of your thoughts. Don't fight any of your feelings. Drain them of every bit of power they have by no longer fighting with them. And watch how your body and your mind return to a state of calm. Some people call this meditation, to be with your thoughts and feelings, but to not follow them, to not fight with them. Some people call this mindfulness. Some people call this dropping second fear. Some people call this acceptance. Some people call this just continuing to live life. But whatever you want to call it, understand this. The more you fight a thought and the more you fight a feeling, the more the brain is going to think that you are in trouble, right? The more the brain is going to continue to think that you're in trouble. So we fight to feel better, but by fighting, we fuel. By fighting, we tell the brain that there's a problem, so the brain tries even harder. And this is why people end up stressed. This is why people end up sensitized, right? What quality do I think people who have the most trouble accepting thoughts, feelings share? Um, I believe they're control freaks. Because for me personally, before I really started to practice true acceptance with my thoughts and feelings, I was an absolute control freak. Absolute control freak. Absolute control freak. So you fight your thoughts and feelings to feel better, but then you just put yourself in an even more stressed out place, and then you're just fueling it all, and then your body stays stressed because the more you fight the thoughts and feelings, the more the brain thinks you're in real danger. So how do you rewire a brain to teach it that you're not in real danger? Just like Clear Week says, acceptance. Be willing to think and feel whatever comes. She knew how a brain works. She knew that the fight is going to keep you in a stressed out body. I'm sorry, the chat I think just dropped again for a second. Hopefully you guys didn't miss too much of that. You're doing your best, Blake. You're doing your best, but everybody's journey is personal, you know? I mean, that's great of you. That's awesome of you that you're willing to help. And it's great that you are helping. But understand that you're doing your best. You're doing your best. And you yourself getting stressed out and fighting with these thoughts and feelings and putting yourself in a more stressed out position is not going to help her at all, right? Good morning, Rita. How are you doing? Welcome. Oh, there's a long list of anxiety symptoms, David, and it's not uncommon for them to change up every now and then, or to cycle, rather. Not uncommon at all. Don't worry about that. Long list. The body goes through some amazing changes when in that state. Can fear and anxiety be transformed into courage in someone? Sure. If you learn to not fight your thoughts and feelings, you can absolutely harness that extra energy to do what you want to do. All right, guys, I'm going to read some things. You guys know I love to share things with you. So, When you get an energy surge, your limbic system will watch your reactions. If it sees you running, hiding, asking for help, reading desperately about your condition, then it will see that something is wrong and keep your energy level high. Now, that's when we talk about accepting the physical symptoms. That's behaviors, right? We don't want to fight with our behaviors. Our behaviors are our coping methods. So that's how we stop the fight there. Physically, that's how we physically stop the fight. As Dr. Claire Weeks sometimes calls it, floating. So that's where the physical fight comes into play. The limbic system is watching what you do, and that's where the positive behaviors and just living life, that's where acceptance comes into play, right? So that's the physical side of things, just living your life, not using those coping methods. That's how you drop the fight with the physical symptoms, right? So now let's get to the mental symptoms, which are thoughts. How do you drop the fight with those? Because, they're in your head. How do you drop the fight with those? So this is where this comes into play, right? So, it's rewiring your brain when these thoughts come by allowing them to be. This is facing the fear. You cannot face something that's not actually here. So the only way to face a negative thought and to teach your brain that this negative thought is not a real danger is to allow it. To not try to suppress it, to not try to overtalk it or force it out of your head. Because this is a fight mentally. So that's why we have two main keys and not one, guys. Because on the physical side of things, how do you prove to the brain that you're no longer fighting? By just relaxing into the symptoms and living your life to the best of your ability, cutting out these coping methods, right? By physically moving on with your life, doing something you enjoy, playing a video game, watching a movie, not reaching for that phone to get on Google anymore, right? So this is how we physically stop fighting. How do we mentally stop fighting? By allowing the thoughts to be, right? So that's why we have two main keys. So physical symptoms, we stop fighting those by cutting out the coping methods, no longer getting on Google, just watching that movie we've wanted to watch, playing that game we've wanted to play, having that conversation we've wanted to have. That's how we physically stop fighting, as Dr. Claire Weeks sometimes calls floating. Just allowing the physical symptoms to be while you just live life. Now, how do we mentally stop fighting? By allowing the thoughts to be. So really, if you want to make it even more simple than that, it comes down to just stop fighting the thoughts, stop fighting the feelings. Right? Because a fight is a fight, and a fight to the brain means that something is wrong. So the thing is, Blake, you keep yourself in a stressed out state, right? And this makes you even more irrational. This puts your body and mind in a more stressed out position, which kind of makes it harder for you to do anything that you want to do, right? So it's never worth fighting your thoughts and feelings. It's never worth it. You're still going to help your sister regardless, but if you stop fighting your own thoughts and feelings, you'll be in a better place mentally to do that, right? And again, you guys, I know it's perfectly normal and it makes you a good human being to care about other people, but you have to understand fighting your own thoughts and feelings is not going to make you any more prepared to help another person. It's just going to stress you out, right? So, keep that in mind. Take care of yourself and it'll make it much easier for you to help take care of others. You're not abandoning her. You're still going to help your sister. I know you will. You're just no longer keeping yourself in a stressed out body, which makes it easier for you to do what you need to do. So you can absolutely still help your sister while not fighting with your thoughts and feelings. Ah, Dr. Pepper, gotta love it. Somebody asked a question earlier in the chat, and I dropped the F bomb. I hope they didn't think I was yelling at them. Understand, guys, I'm not yelling at anybody, okay? I'm just trying to be very straightforward and blunt with my answers. That way I can get it through your thick skulls, because I know how it feels to have a very thick skull. My skull is the thickest skull that you'll find out of all the thick skulls, right? So I like to be very straightforward and blunt. Please don't take that as me yelling at you. Please understand I'm just trying to get it through your thick skull, because I know how it feels to have a thick skull, and I want you to feel relief, and I want you to feel better. So if I have to be very direct and drop the F bomb, then that is what I will do, if that's what it takes. What can I do? How do I take care of myself? Allow your thoughts, allow your feelings, stop fighting with any of it. When a thought comes, just say, sure, okay, yeah, bud, whatever. and allow it to be, allow it to scream. When a feeling comes, sure, yeah, okay, bud, whatever. I'm still going to watch this movie anyway, or whatever. That's just a example. I overstressed about others' stress or felt horrible if I couldn't fix or make their pain go away. Understandable. That used to be a big one for me while I was sensitized too. But, like I said, fighting these thoughts and feelings is not making you any better yourself to help these other people. It's really not. And you also have to understand something else that's very important. This journey is a very personal one. Sometimes you have to allow people to, walk their own paths in order to make these realizations. I mean, sure, you can help people, you can point them in the right direction, you can give them advice, but they still have to walk their own path, regardless of what you do. Did I try medication? No. No. Not while I was sensitized. I tried medication when I was younger before I even experienced sensitization back for just when I was an anxious kid, and I didn't like it. I didn't take it long enough for to really give a valid opinion on it. But medication is something you have to talk to with your doctor. With your doctor. You also have to understand, face paint, that chances of you actually knowing someone in your personal life that's sensitized, not very high. Not very high. They're probably just dealing with what I call normal people stress and anxiety, which you can still point them in the right direction because this advice still applies to them. Like I always say, it doesn't just apply to sensitized people, but yeah, that's also important to keep in mind. That's also another important thing to keep in mind. Don't convince yourself that all your family and friends suffer from sensitization because they don't. They don't. It's not very often people fall into the sensitized boat. You guys are some of the few. It's a common thing, but it's not a common thing, if that makes sense. But it does lead you to very beautiful teachings that are going to help you for the rest of your life, such as stop fighting your thoughts and feelings, because the more you fight your thoughts and feelings, the more you tell the brain there's a danger, the more anxiety you get. Well, it's okay, Blake. You can do whatever you want to do. You can continue to try to help your sister. It's up to you, man. But my point is, my advice is not whether or not you should help your sister. Like, you're going to do whatever you want to do as far as that's concerned, right? And it's great that you're trying to help your sister. And if you should continue to. But at the same time, when you're sitting alone in your room at 2 a.m. and you're not currently talking to your sister, you don't have to fight with your thoughts about it. You can let those thoughts say whatever they want to say. You can let those feelings do whatever they want to do. You can stop fighting with your thoughts and feelings and still help your sister. That's my point. That's my point, dude. Like, you can still help your sister and leave your thoughts and feelings alone. Just like I can do whatever I want to do and leave my thoughts and feelings alone. So it's not that we're telling you not to help your sister. You absolutely, if you want to help your sister, help your sister. But what I'm trying to say is you don't have to fight your thoughts and feelings while you do that because that's just going to put you in a stressed out body. That's just going to put you in a stressed out body, which isn't helping anybody. So you can help your sister, you can live your life, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, right? But what I'm telling you is that you don't have to fight your thoughts and feelings during. You can use acceptance during, which means to let those thoughts scream, to let those feelings do what they want to do. How you doing, Jesse? It's good to see you, Jesse. Yeah, exactly, face paint, because you're not accomplishing anything by putting yourself in a stressed out body and mind. You guys probably heard my Facebook messages. It might seem confusing, Blake, but basically what we're saying is when you have a thought, Don't fight it. Let it be. When you have a feeling, don't fight it. Let it be. Just say, sure, yeah, whatever, and then go on about your life. So if you want to help your sister, go on and help your sister. But stop fighting your own thoughts and feelings about it. Just go help her. You don't have to sit around and fight your thoughts and feelings about it because that's just going to tell your brain that you're in danger. I kind of see what Jesse's saying, but I mean, if your sister needs help, help your sister. But my point is, don't fight your thoughts and feelings during. Don't put yourself in a stressed out body because that's not helping anybody. I see what Jesse's getting at, but my personal opinion, if you want to help your sister, absolutely go help your sister. Point her in the right direction, if you will. But don't fight your own thoughts and feelings during because that's not helping anybody. That's just telling your brain there's a danger, which is not going to help anything. Mm-mm-mm. This Dr. Pepper, though. This Dr. Pepper, though. Well, that's the thing, Jesse, because you had to be pointed in the right direction too, right? So if Blake has to point his sister in the right direction, that's fine, as long as he's not fighting his own thoughts and feelings during. So there's nothing wrong, of course, with pointing somebody in the right direction or helping somebody, but don't be fighting your own thoughts and feelings during because you're just stressing yourself out, which helps nobody. So you can help people, but don't fight your own thoughts and feelings during. You're just going to tell your brain there's a problem. Dr. Pepper. Mm-hmm. Dr. Pepsi? Jesse say Dr. Pepsi? Never heard of that one. I can't seem to get over the issue of looking for reinsurance. I feel like something bad will happen if I don't. So that's considered a compulsion. That's considered fighting, right? So now we just need to practice not fighting the thoughts, not fighting the feelings, and see what happens. Yeah, exactly, Jesse. Like he can help his sister, but if he's fighting with his own thoughts and feelings about it, then he's just going to put himself in a stressed out body. He's just going to tell his brain that there's a real danger where there's not. Yeah, it's a cycle, Brady. It's a cycle, and that's why we say you just have to embrace those thoughts. Don't fight them because that's just fuel to the brain. Embrace those feelings. Don't fight the thoughts. Don't fight the feelings. Just say, sure, okay, yeah, bud. Right? Don't fight because that's just fuel. That's just telling the brain that there's a danger. It's chilly tonight, guys. Chilly, chilly, chilly. Chilly, chilly, chilly. Face Paint says, I got my life back, so thankful. And Face Paint got her life back by not fighting the thoughts and not fighting the feelings. Just letting them be. When the thoughts come, sure, okay, bud. There might be a real problem, Blake, but what does putting yourself in a sensitized nervous system do to fix that real problem? Nothing. If anything, it makes you less prepared to fix the real problem. So fighting your own thoughts and feelings absolutely does nothing to change your problem except keep you in a sensitized body and mind, which does absolutely jack all. And that's what we have to realize. We really have to realize that. Jesse said, "You need some donos, Wonder Bro." Hey man, you know me. I can't come out and say, "Yeah, people, I need donation." That's up to the people, man. That's not up to me. Hey, Wonder Bro, have you read Brian Katie's book? I probably said that wrong or seen her vids. No, I don't think so. Or you could say practice giving up, no matter how much they knock, right? That's one way to put it. Allow the thoughts to be and just say, yeah, sure, okay, bud. Say what you want to say. Allow the feelings to be. Look up Moji stories. I love Moji stories. He's always got a bit of humor mixed in there. I love it. It's good shit. It's good shit. I haven't watched a Moji video in a while. I need to get on that. He's probably got a bunch of new ones I haven't seen. I think I know which one you're referring to, Jesse. All right, I'm out. Good chatting. On off to watch Shrek. I love Shrek. Shrek is so good. Well, yeah, you can, Blake. You just have to stop fighting your own thoughts and feelings. If a thought comes that makes you anxious, just say, "Yeah, okay." If a feeling comes, "Yeah, okay." This is the practice. Don't worry. It takes time. It takes time. That's why we do so many streams and put it so many different ways to try to get it to click with everybody. But at the end of the day, it comes down to not fighting with your thoughts or feelings. Yep, exactly, David. And when those thoughts come, just say, "Yeah, sure, okay." Say what you want to say. This is embracing and accepting and not fighting, which shows the brain there's not a danger currently present in your face. I mean, there might be real problems in life, but it's not a tiger trying to rip your throat out. And the more you fight these thoughts and feelings, the more the brain thinks there's a tiger trying to rip your throat out. So you get what we're getting at there? There might be real problems in their life and real shitty situations. We can't deny that. But there's not a tiger in your face wanting to rip your throat out. But the more we fight with our thoughts and feelings, the more we tell the brain that there is a real tiger in our face wanting to rip our throat out. So you kind of see what we're getting at there. So thoughts come. Yeah, okay, bud. Blake, with the $8.65 dono, hey, that's a cool number. I know you can help me, bro. We can get a one-on-one, maybe. Yeah, reach out to me on Instagram. Reach out to me on whatever. No, no promises, because I'm really shitty. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm really shitty at replying to those, but I don't do coaching sessions that often. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I just do life coach sessions, but I'll do my best. Yeah, I know. It wasn't the Blake in the chat. It was Jesse. Jesse's funny, dude. I like the way Jesse operates. I love Jesse. Who doesn't love Jesse? Jesse says, "Hell yeah." It's the dark Blake. Jesse, dude. Why is this like spazzing out? That's weird. That's weird. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Ugh. What up, Faith? Valentine stream. I don't know what we'd do for that. I am in a relationship with my PC, my computer, man. Not talking to anybody at the moment. Just trying to still heal from losing my dad. Trying to just focus on myself. I'm doing good, but there's never. It's never a bad time to focus on yourself, no matter how good you're doing. It's never a bad time to focus on yourself. What's up, Onyx? How you doing, dude? Hey, again, Jesse, thank you for that tip, bro. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, see, Dr. Claire Week's books are great. Of course, they talk all about acceptance, not being bluffed by thought or feeling, just not fighting with your thoughts or feelings, no matter what they might be, so that your brain can re-enter into a state of calm, right? So they're great books, and a lot of people do read them, but it's applying it that, obviously some people get caught up on, and that's why we're here. That is why we're here. Well, just remember, Blake, no matter what you do when you're helping your sister, you don't have to fight your own thoughts and feelings. You can let your body return to a state of calm by not fighting with your thoughts and feelings. Thoughts come, sure, okay, bud. Feelings come, sure, okay, bud. That's funny, read it. What's up, Ryder? How you doing, dude? Hope everyone's having a good night. Can you fix your thoughts with anxiety? So don't try to fight any of your thoughts. Again, it comes back to not fighting your thoughts and feelings so that you can show your brain there's not a real danger and that there's not a current tiger in your face. Because when you fight with your thoughts and feelings, you're telling your brain that there's a tiger right there in your face ready to rip your throat out. And that's just not the case. So if you want the brain to stop trying to protect you, stop fighting with those thoughts and feelings. Rewire the brain. Rewire the brain. What'd I do with my phone, guys? Does anybody know what I did with my phone? Oh, here it is. Man, it's chilly tonight, dude. Working hard at letting things flow, man. Keep practicing. Yeah, well, these thoughts about the future and these what ifs come pretty much automatically, but what you can do is you can stop fighting them and they'll lose their power. You can just say, sure, okay, bud. So when these thoughts and feelings come, unless you want your brain to think there's a real tiger in front of you ready to rip your throat out, you can simply say, sure, okay, bud, and just embrace these thoughts and feelings. No need to fuel them, no need to fight them, because if you fight them, you tell the brain there's a danger. No, I don't think so, Ryder. Yeah, exactly, Blake. I mean, don't feel, you know, don't feel like you can no longer volunteer advice. Don't feel like you have to just stop helping her in order to recover. You can still point her in the right direction. If you feel the urge to help your sister, help her. If you feel the urge to tell her something, tell her. If you feel the urge to give her a tip about not, whatever, then do so. But, you don't have to fight your own thoughts and feelings in the meantime. Right? You don't have to fight your own thoughts and feelings in the meantime. You can still help your sister. You can still do whatever with your sister, but you don't have to fight your thoughts and feelings in the meantime. Is it okay if I set boundaries? There's absolutely nothing wrong with setting boundaries. I mean, ultimately, you have to be the judge of what your boundaries are and where you apply them and where you put them. I mean, that's going to be up to you. We don't know your sister. We don't know your personal situation. We don't know your life, right? Only you know these things. So, all of this is going to have to be up to you, but at the end of the day, what we want to tell you more than anything is don't fight your thoughts and feelings because you're just keeping yourself in a stressed out body. Because every time you fight your thoughts and feelings, you're telling your brain that there's a real danger where there's not. Everything else is up to you. How you live your life, live your life. I recommend that you live your life to the best of your ability, right? Positive, accepting behaviors, but what you do in your free time and who you help and what boundaries you set. This is all a personal journey. This is all up to you. But all I'm here to tell you is do not fight your thoughts and feelings if you want your body and mind to return to a state of calm. Stop fighting your thoughts and feelings because you're just telling your brain that there's a danger where there's not, right? Everything else you do outside of that, it's going to be a your choice kind of thing. But I'm here to tell you that no matter what you do not fight your thoughts and feelings. Yep, no problem, Blake. No matter what the only thing that I want you to walk away from this stream knowing is to not fight your thoughts and feelings because you're telling your brain there's a danger every time you fight your thoughts and feelings. Now, what you do about your sister, what you do about your boundaries, what you do about your personal life, that's going to be a personal choice. But I'm here to tell you, walk away with this. Do not fight your thoughts and feelings. You are telling your brain there's a danger right in front of your face when you do that, when there's not. Everything else, make the best decision that you can. But stop fighting those thoughts and feelings. Would not have felt good with that before. Thanks again, Wonder Bro. Oh, I'm having another baby. Oh, I didn't see that comment. Having another baby? That's awesome, dude. Congrats. Yeah, you would have felt a bit overwhelmed before, which I'm sure you still feel a bit overwhelmed, which is a normal feeling to have, but you no longer fight your thoughts and feelings, so you're good to go. Congrats, dude. Now you can just enjoy it. Now you can just enjoy it. Yep, no problem, Blake. Again, the only thing I want you to take from this stream is to stop fighting your thoughts and feelings. Help your sister if you want to, but stop fighting your thoughts and feelings because you're just stressing yourself out. You can help your sister and at the same time stop fighting your thoughts and feelings. You can do both of those things at the same time. Yeah, much love to you, Blake. Hey man, much love to you, Jesse. Always, my dude. Why is the only thing they show on MTV ridiculousness? Seriously, get over it. It's not even that funny. It's not even that funny. Why is that the only thing they show on MTV? I miss the old days where I could turn on MTV and watch, what was that, Room Raiders. Please tell me somebody in the chat remembers this show. Please tell me that. Stop fighting with those thoughts and feelings, David. David, stop it. You need to be saying sure, yeah, okay to these thoughts, not speaking them out, not diving so deep into them. You need to be saying yeah, sure, okay, bud to these thoughts and yeah, sure, okay, bud to these feelings. Yeah, ridiculousness isn't even that funny in my opinion. I don't know. Other people might find it hilarious. I don't know. Like it was good at first, but damn, it's like all they show now. It's getting a little old. It's getting a little old. Oh, the Golden Girls is on. Hell yeah. Wait, where is it? I'm from Australia. I remember that show. I'm glad somebody remembers that show. Spike TV. Oh yes, love Spike TV. Everything has went digital, and I literally don't know what any of this is. It's like, where's the days of just, I don't get it. What's up, Ford? How you doing, man? Like, I don't know what any of this is. Nah. Personally, Scott, it just gets complicated when you do that, dude. Anything you fight, any thought or feeling that you fight is just going to get fueled, and it's going to tell your brain that there's a real danger because it sees you fighting, right? It doesn't care what you're fighting with. If you're fighting with a thought or a feeling, it's going to assume that there's a real danger, like right in front of you, and that's why it all boils down to acceptance. Thoughts come, yeah, sure, okay, bud. Feelings come, yeah, sure, okay, bud. Turning off that fight, man. Rewiring the brain. Rewiring the brain. I know that feels like a leap of faith sometimes, guys, but if you want to tell the brain there's no real danger, you got to stop fighting the thoughts and feelings. That's what acceptance, Dr. Claire Weeks, is all about. It's not about trying to shut the thoughts down, it's just about allowing them and saying, yeah, sure, okay. Same with the feelings. Bro, like we got, Spectrum or whatever. Do we have Spectrum? I don't know what we have, but basically, everything's went digital. You can no longer just plug cable into the back of your TV. Like you guys remember the days, right? I can't believe I'm saying this. You guys remember the days where you could just take a coax cable, a cable line, and plug it into the back of your TV and get cable. Yeah, well, that's not a thing anymore, apparently. Apparently now, if you want to do that, you got to have a box. And if you don't have a box, you got to have some sort of streaming device. So when the cable guy was here fixing my internet the other day, I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to get a box in my room. And he was like, Nah, dude, just get on your computer and you can watch it on the Spectrum.com or whatever. Um, which is cool, really cool. I'm glad he told me that. But here's the thing. I'm like flipping through this Spectrum TV guide or whatever, right? And I have no clue how it works. I'm clicking on things, it's not showing me anything. I'm clicking on things, it says, hey, Gold Rush is on. I love Gold Rush. I click on Gold Rush. It says, it says, episode coming Friday. Well, then what's on the Discovery Channel right now if it's not Gold Rush? On the guide it says Gold Rush, and then when you click on it, it says it's not coming till Friday. Why is everything got to be so complicated? Where are the days when you could just plug cable into the TV and use a damn remote? I don't understand. Ugh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've changed all the channels around that I've been used to since I was 12, so now I have no clue where anything is. As long as you're getting bits and pieces of sleep every now and then, that sounds a lot like what happened to me when I was sensitized. I barely got any sleep. But the sooner you stop fighting with your thoughts and feelings so that you can show your brain there's no real danger, the sooner your sleep will return, my man. But yeah, I didn't sleep well either when I was sensitized. It's very, 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 very common. Bruh, I don't understand this. Tomorrow, tomorrow. More ways to watch. Watch here. Future airing. Then show me what's on now, buddy boy. I don't understand. Did I lose my appetite? Oh, yeah, definitely. I dropped about 100 pounds. Probably not good to not eat. You know, obviously, you should try to be eating regardless, but me personally, I don't know. It's before I knew about acceptance. Should always try to eat, though. I know you don't feel like it, but bruh. Um, wait. Live TV. How do I change the damn channel? Um, oh, okay. Okay, I think I get it now. Well, alright, you guys. We are past that hour mark. Okay, this is even longer than I thought I'd be streaming tonight. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. It was fun hanging out with you guys. I might try to do more late night streams like this in the future, but thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being so loving and supportive of what I do. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next stream and or